Yeah, speaking of devil, here they are. So, how
Hi,
about you guys?
Brian.
Hey, I'm super excited to talk to you about your new feature. How about you like introduce yourself and tell us what you do here at AWS?
Absolutely. Our session is not going to be as exciting as the NFL announcements that was just went live, but uh, I'm. My name is Kasran Normofidi. I'm a senior product manager with AWS IoT Sitewise.
Awesome.
Hey, hi. This is Raju Gottumukala, and I'm an IoT specialist solutions architect, and I work with industrial customers primarily.
Awesome. Super excited. So let's talk a little bit about this new feature. So, I've kind of teased it a little bit. So can you talk a little bit about what this new feature is?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sharing my screen, I believe. Are you able to see my screen share? Okay, perfect.
Absolutely.
Okay, excellent. So let me quickly give a brief introduction on what Sitewise is and what we do, and who our customers are. AWS IoT Sitewise was launched in 2020 as a managed service that collects, organizes, stores, and visualizes industrial data at scale. With Sitewise, you can collect data from diverse industrial protocols, organize it to represent your industrial asset hierarchy, and also compute common industrial metrics such as OEE and utilization and many, many more. With Sitewise Monitor, customers are able to visualize industrial metrics and track performance to inform decision making. And on top of that, this is all underpinned with our edge capabilities that brings asset models and asset hierarchies to the edge that support on-prem dashboards and disconnected states by also providing the same APIs at the edge as on the cloud.
Awesome. Very
So let
cool.
me move on. So what we've learned, Brian, in the past 3 years from our customers is that companies are looking for a modern data foundation that is interoperable, secure, scalable, and cost efficient. And they're keen to reason over the data that they collect from industrial data sources from many, many different facilities that they own, bring them to the cloud, and leverage the power of the cloud to reason over that data, that large data, to track performance operations, for operational metrics, reduce downtime, look out for defects, and perform predictive maintenance. However, a lot of our customers are having difficulty at the first inch of ingestion. So 70% of our customers still struggle with moving from pilots to production. And the reasons are many, but one of the reasons and one of the challenges we keep hearing from our customers is that creating thousands of assets and asset trees from external sources is hard because they already exist in many in their existing legacy systems, and they want to easily bring that to the cloud to leverage big data, AI/ML, and reason over their data using that standardized data model. The second challenge we keep hearing about is that even if they standardize on the data model, expressing small variations in their asset models is hard and time consuming. So for example, in this case, you have a servo motor that is at the bottom of the screen being represented, and it's a component of a CNC machine. So every time you create a new CNC machine, for example, expressing that component over and over again is very time consuming and hard. The third challenge we hear from customers is that unplanned downtime is costing them a lot of money. So on average, it's costing manufacturers between $39,000 to $2 million an hour. So significant losses due to unplanned downtime. Customers are looking to improve operational efficiencies and reduce that unplanned downtime. So what are we doing about it? This year, we're announcing features that reduce the cost of ingestion, so customers can bring lots of data to the cloud and reason over that data for their use cases. On top of that, we are able to shorten project timelines by being able to import asset models and asset hierarchies from external systems. So this was challenge one that I was talking about. On top of that, you're able to create asset model components that are reusable to derive new asset models. So this allows you to create newer asset models using these reusable components and express variations easily. What this two features enable is accelerating the time to value from months to weeks. So significant improvement in going from pilot to production for
Yeah,
customers.
yeah, that is very significant. To going from like months to weeks. I mean, this has got to be like a game changer for most customers who
Absolutely,
want to use this, right?
absolutely. The more important thing is being able to do predictive analysis and predictive forecasting. So what we keep hearing from customers is that if they want to leverage the power of the cloud to do predictive maintenance, to do predictive anomaly detection, they need to understand tool sets such as SageMaker and to cleanse the data, to prepare the data, and feed it to ML models to make sense of that data in a cohesive manner. Um, and that requires specialized skills that not necessarily all customers and partners have. So what we've done with Sitewise, we've built native integration with Sitewise and Lookout for Equipment that really allows the customers and partners to unblock predictive maintenance without really using any specialized skills. So they can deploy predictive maintenance use cases faster and avoid downtime using turnkey integrations that we're supporting. So
Yeah.
what customers can do through this integration is the ability to build lookout for equipment machine learning models directly from Sitewise. You can also bring historical data like maintenance records of high value assets in conjunction with data that is stored in Sitewise to train prediction models, monitor data that is coming from equipment, and look for anomalies and trends. And then you use those trends anomalies to draw inferences, and those inferences are ingested back into Sitewise data store.
So would this give the customers the ability? So say for instance, you had that motor example to detect when it could possibly fail or if it's failing at function.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what you could do, so these are high value assets. So in that example, the CNC machine itself, if it goes down for 4 hours, it's significant cost of production. So by knowing when the equipment is going to go down, you can have the right maintenance mechanisms, call the maintenance teams, have the right parts ready to be placed out in a scheduled downtime so you don't deal with an unplanned downtime and have a production impact. So significant savings in terms of time and effort on behalf of the customers and partners. This representation shows the architecture, the complexity of the architecture that was involved if you were to build this Sitewise and Lookout for Equipment integration yourself. What we have done, we removed 15 components from this architecture to provide a turnkey integration with Lookout for Equipment. So significant effort saving on behalf of our partners and customers.
Awesome. This is super cool. Very cool. Oh, and now for a demo. So
Yeah,
here
we're
we
ready for
go.
the demo.
Yeah,
I'm going to pass it to Raju for the demo. Raju, please take it away.
yeah. Thanks, Kasra, for introducing Sitewise and talking about the great all new features within Sitewise. So what I'll do is I'll can everyone see my screen, Brian and Kasra?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I'll be doing is I'll take a automotive manufacturer as a example customer scenario for this demo. And let's say this manufacturer has operations across the United States, and then they're trying to digitize their welding line operations, right? And each welding line has a number of welding robots, that help you join those, metal components. So we'll see how you can, how you would walk through the journey, a digitalization journey from step one to step five, right? So it all starts with ingestion, right? Like how do you onboard these assets? How do you collect data from these industrial equipment? So SiteWise offers a gateway software that you can install on any edge hardware that has minimum requirements, and then once you install the gateway software, you're able to connect to different data sources, right? So here, for example, we have a gateway installed for a Chicago facility. And if we look at it, so you should see the gateway is connected. And now you can also see that we have a data source that's providing us all the data from the welding line, right, for all the welding robots. So here we're using a OPC UA data source, which is again very popular standard used in industrial manufacturing. Now, with our partner integrations, you can also use leverage other popular protocols, right? Like for example, Modbus, Ethernet IP, or MQTT, for example, right? And so here we have one data source that really helping us, ingest data from these equipment. And once you ingest data, Sitewise is automatically able to create data streams for all the raw measurements, right? So here I have filtered all the data that's flowing into Sitewise for a welding line one, right? And as you can see, we have a couple of robots, sending out data like, temperature, current at their, robotic joints, and also the parts produced, uh, good parts, total parts, and also the state of the machine, right? And again, this could be like hundreds of measurements coming in from each equipment. So SiteWise is able to create all these for you, part of the ingestion flow. And the next step, once you ingest data, is really modeling your equipment, right? Now, how do you do that, right? So basically, Sitewise offers a mechanism for you to create templates. So for each type of assets, asset classes, you can create templates. So for example, here we have a template for robot, for a production line, all the way to a corporate level, right? So you using these, you can basically create standardization for information across all your equipment, right? If I look at the robot model, what you'll see here is that we captured all the properties within the robot model, right? Like we saw the measurements earlier, and also any metrics like overall equipment effectiveness, also known as OEE, and also you can define all the alarm and prediction definitions in one place, right? Now, two things I want to highlight about asset modeling is one, asset model components. So Kasa mentioned how difficult it is to model complex equipment, right? Using asset model components in SiteWise, now you can represent complex equipment and also their sub-components individually, right? So that further promotes standardization and reusability. Now, this could be, modeling a robot joint and then using it across all the robot models. Similarly, it could be a motor within a, let's say, wind turbine, right? Therefore, that's one new feature we launched recently. And number two is like, how do you bring in existing asset models to Sitewise, right? So that's where we introduced external IDs, where you can bring identifiers from other existing systems, like your historians or asset management systems, and then use the same identifier within Sitewise, right? So that creates harmonization across the enterprise and significantly reduces the integration efforts because the same identifier across all your systems. So those are the two main features we released in terms of standardization. And now once you have your model, right, the next step is to create the asset hierarchy. So here we have the hierarchy top down, right, starting from the corporate level to a plant to a shop to production line all the way to the individual asset, right? So here we have the welding robot 101. And you can build this entire hierarchy within Sitewise. Now, we saw customers trying to onboard like tens of thousands of equipments to Sitewise, and they needed an easy way to do all this onboarding, right? So part of that requirement, we launched a new feature called bulk operations, where now you can easily onboard thousands of assets into Sitewise in a single bulk call, like a bulk API call. In fact, to build this hierarchy, we were using the same bulk operations feature behind the scenes. And let me show you how that looks like, right? So under bulk operations, you see we have a couple of jobs already completed. And if I show you one of those jobs, you see 19 resources were created. This could be models, assets, and so on, right? Now, in one job, like I said, you can do thousands of assets, right? So that's a significant time to value for customers. Now we saw ingestion modeling, right? And then comes visualization, right? So to provide a way for your operators and engineers to be able to look at the real-time operations. So here we have a dashboard built using Amazon managed Grafana. Again, there are other options as well. Sitewise offers Sitewise Monitor, which is a fully managed dashboarding tool. And you can also build your own custom application using our IoT App Kit, which provides front-end UI components, right? But here we are using Amazon Managed Grafana, and what you'll see is for each robot, so you can see the raw measurements like the temperature, current at each joint, the state of the machine, and some static attributes like the make and model, and also some metrics. So what you'll see here is the OEE calculated every 5 minutes, and also the parts produced, right? Everything in one place that you need for your operators and engineers. Now,
Yeah.
one thing
So
I wanna, yeah, go ahead.
this is just very valuable information and very cool that it's just kind of this turnkey solution. You have all this
Yeah.
information. Can you talk? We only have a few minutes left, so can you tell us where customers can find out more information about this new feature and how they can start it?
Yes, so especially on the integration with Lookout for equipment for anomaly detection. So we have a workshop coming in on Tuesday in Mandalay Bay, and also on Thursday at Caesars Farm, right? So two sessions of the same workshop. And also we have a chalk talk on Thursday that talks about some of the new site-wise features. So I would encourage viewers to kind of try to be there in those sessions and get more insights into the new features and benefits.
We're awesome. Thank you, gentlemen. I think we're out of time here, but we'll be have more of these sessions with other cool features. My name is Brian and AWS on Air, and please stay tuned. So, bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you.